Everywhere you look, someone is saying AI will replace your job, your creativity, maybe even your value as a human. Some people shrug and say, cool, more convenience. But you feel something different, a quiet fear, a tightening in your chest when you see another AI headline. Not because you hate technology, but because something in you refuses to be turned into a background character in your own life. That fear, as uncomfortable as it feels, is not a glitch. It's a signal. People who genuinely worry about AI taking over often share a set of independent mindsets that most of the world doesn't even recognize in themselves. Let's break down the five most powerful ones. Mindset 1. You have a strong autonomy reflex. You don't like the idea of anything making decisions for you without your consent, whether it's an algorithm choosing what you see or a system predicting what you should want. When you hear AI will know you better than you know yourself, that doesn't sound exciting. It sounds like a quiet invasion. Deep down, your brain is wired to protect agency. You want tools, not masters. You're okay with technology assisting you, but the moment it starts nudging, steering, or replacing your choices, your nervous system pushes back. Mindset 2. You have a high sensitivity to manipulation. You've watched how social media algorithms already shape opinions, emotions, and even elections. So when you imagine AI becoming even more persuasive, your mind jumps to the worst-case scenario, not because you're dramatic, but because you've seen subtle control before. You notice how recommendation systems pull people into loops. You notice how deepfakes blur reality. Your fear isn't just robots rising, it's humans quietly losing the ability to tell what is real, and you being one of the few who still cares. Mindset 3. You are deeply attached to authentic effort. You respect the grind behind art, writing, music, building. When you see AI generate in seconds what used to take someone months, you feel a strange grief. Not because you think progress should stop, but because your values are tied to process, not just outcomes. You worry that if AI makes everything effortless, we'll stop knowing what our own effort is worth. At the core, your mind is defending meaning. You don't want a world where everything is easy but nothing feels earned. Mindset 4. You think long-term, not just latest update. While others are excited about new AI tools, you're imagining what happens in 10, 20, 30 years if we keep handing more decisions to machines. You're the kind of person who sees chain reactions. If AI can do most jobs, what happens to dignity? If it writes most content, what happens to truth? If it predicts our behavior, what happens to freedom? This long horizon thinking makes you anxious in the short term, but it's also a form of psychological foresight. You are scanning for consequences now so you aren't blindsided later. Mindset 5. You secretly believe humans are capable of more than convenience culture allows. Underneath your fear of AI is a quiet frustration with how easily people accept being numbed, distracted, and entertained. You don't want to live a life where everything is optimized for comfort while your deeper potential atrophies. So when AI offers to think, write, choose, and remember for you, your resistance is actually a form of self-respect. Some part of you is saying, if I hand over too much, I might never discover what I was truly capable of. So if AI headlines make your stomach drop, it doesn't automatically mean you're paranoid or anti-tech. It might mean your independence wiring is just louder than most. You care about autonomy. You notice manipulation. You value effort. You think in decades. And you still believe that a human mind, fully awake, is not something that can be replaced by code. Now ask yourself this. When you imagine AI taking over, what exactly are you most afraid of losing? Your job, your voice, your privacy, your choices, or your sense of meaning? Your answer to that question will tell you which of these mindsets is the strongest in you. If this made your feelings about AI make a little more sense, let me know in the comments which mindset you recognize the most. And if you want more psychology that helps you understand your own brain in a changing world, hit subscribe and share this with someone who can't stop worrying about the future.